Let me give this a try. It's apparently called Grand Chelem. 12 years in the making. France does it. The Grand Slam. Fabien Gaultier has absolutely turned France from being one of the, like, a joke of rugby, you know, from his predecessor to the best team in the world. Like, this is unbelievable performance. There's just, like, unbelievable, beautiful rugby being played by France. It's just every aspect of the game. The French has, I would say, beaten the English. They won the kicking game. They won the forward dominance. They won at the breakdowns. They just the running attack was sublime. The ball handling was good. Well, a little bit of drop ball here and there. The offload game. Just incredible to watch. Just beautiful rugby. Just absolute, you know, beautiful to watch. Probably that is the best way to describe it. 12 years in the making. Fabien Gaultier. You know, hats off to you, sir. He took over the team. You were seeing absolute shambles. It was looking like, like nobody was. It was looking like, yeah, it was looking in the dumpsters, and he managed to bring up new players. You know, develop new players, come up with the strategy, and find the right coaching staff to build the team into this Grand Slam winning team going into Rugby World Cup next year. This is just unbelievable turnaround. I actually, like, you know, it's really, really amazing work for Fabien Gaultier to achieve this result. So overall, this game, like I've just mentioned, unbelievable performance once again by the French team. Excellent offload game. Like, that's something that England almost did not do. Like, in fact, the offload game was one, you know, if not the one of the most important aspects of the French attack that led them to completely beating English in just about every other aspect of the game. The breakdown was once again noticeably won by the French team. Not only that, they had faster breakdowns. The English breakdown was super slow. Not just because the French was able to disrupt it, but the stark difference between the two halfbacks was just huge, like a day and night, right? Dupont was at the breakdown before his forwards. He's like pushing his forwards into the breakdown to get the ball out quickly. Whereas Ben Youngs on the England side, he's like so many times again and again, he's nowhere to be seen. Like, the forwards had to look around, seeing no one was there, has to pick up the ball themselves, right? Like, stark difference between the breakdown speed and the number 9 speed at the breakdown was, you know, really huge lacking there for Ben Youngs. You know, he's the most capped player of the England team. I thought his breakdown, he hasn't been starting for the England side throughout the Six Nations. I think this might be the first game he actually started for England, and it really showed that breakdown speed is really not there for him. He's just not there on time. The scrum dominance also for France, especially early in the game. England really struggled. Unlike last week, the English scrum was just not really there, especially on the loose hair side. I've noticed that the England scrum was really under the pump quite a bit. France, also the number 8, Aldred, had an amazing game. Excellent running game, excellent offload, amazing breakdown where he set up a try for Antoine Dupont. Just, I don't know what to say. It's just amazing player. Just, you know, I generally as a performer for a number 8, he does everything you could possibly ask for and more, right? It's just ticks every boxes and more. Excellent play. And I've already mentioned Antoine Dupont, just unbelievably amazing. All his decision making were crisp. His everything he does is fast, accurate, pinpoint accurate, and it's just so, I don't even know what to say. Like, even when there is something, like, if something goes wrong, he just tidies up so just effortlessly. Everything he does is effortless. Like, even when there's like a mistake or something, he just cleans it up. Like, so easy, so smooth. So damn good. I cannot believe this guy's only like 25. He's still got so much ahead of him, and it's just unbelievable to see. And the biggest thing I think from this game, where I guess the biggest, one of the, key, if you were to like pinpoint something that really didn't go, like, that's like really big, noticeably difference, is the kicking game. Here's the difference between the French kicking game and the English kicking game. The French decides to kick when it's the best option to do so. Whereas the English kicks when they have no idea what to do next. You watch this game, it's so blatantly obvious. England gets the ball and they're just like, we're not sure what to do here. They just kick it. Like, so many times it's frustrating, infuriating. Even times in the second half when England was kind of like start coming back, building some momentum in the French half, trying to get that, trying to close that gap. And like literally they had a full-on penalty and like they get the ball and just randomly kicks it away. Like literally not even one phase, just kicks it away. There you go. We had the advantage. It's alright. We had the advantage. Let's go back for the penalty. Like just completely wasting the advantage, wasting the opportunity, not even running the ball at all. Right? Just gets the ball. Oh, got advantage. What do we do? Just kick it. Just kick it through and see if we can get a try out of this. Like this is absolutely just not even like half the team is not even expecting it, right? When you do this sort of kicks, it was just such a waste of opportunities. So really noticeable the stark difference between the decision to kick between the two teams. For the England side, overall the running attack was a bit flat, and there were some really outstanding players in the England team. Freddie Stewart, amazing under the high ball, was again and again able to recover the English high ball. Something that's that he did against Ireland as well. He probably did better than when he did against. He actually recovered the ball, not just tackling the ball with receiver, recover the ball. And guess what? The slowing breakdown, the slowing of Ben Youngs getting the breakdown, leading to like the ball getting turned over back to the French team again and again and again. Like it's just, it's almost like the English team didn't even expect this to happen. Like no one was expecting this to happen. They could get the ball back from a high ball. And also Joe Merchant was amazing. He's the only one who was able to, consistently break the French defense. He ran these beautiful lines again and again, setting up English, putting the English in the front foot, whereas most of the English attack was pretty stagnant. When he gets the ball, he was able to carve up the defense, right? And again, he breaks through the defense. He looks around looking for the offload. Nobody's there from the England team to follow up. It's just frustrating, infuriating to see this. So much good work has been done. And it's almost like the English team didn't try for this sort of stuff to happen, right? They just wanted to do it. It's like they tried to do the kicking, and that's all they did, right? Like they get the ball. They have no idea what to do half the times. They just kick it away. And then when something do happen, they have no idea how to follow it up. It's just like baffling a little bit at times. I thought it was just, let me know if that's what you saw, because that's what I saw and I've noted down. So let me know if you agree with that assessment. But I thought that that just looked I thought it was unbelievable. It looked unbelievable to me that how this team could not get that. So again, if you look at the stats, right, England actually had more run meters than France. Even at halftime, England were leading the French running by a lot. 620 run meters to 305. So it's not like England didn't have any opportunities. They did, but it's just like again and again and again, they run the ball, they do really well, and then they're just like, what do we do next? We'll just kick it away. Or like, it's just, it's really, really frustrating to watch, to be honest. So turnovers conceded, France, 12 turnovers, only 9 for for English. Tackles, France had to make more tackles, 155, especially in the second half. England really piled on some pressure and was looking like they're getting in reach of putting out its upset. And then it's just like, it's almost like nobody in the team was expecting this. It was just, I don't know, it was baffling to see. England, 98 tackles, 16 missed tackles and 19 missed tackles for France. Kissing play, 34-30, like you can see. France is already like one of the highest kicking games in the world, and England has to outkick France by 4, right? Like, just astonishing how this. Yeah. Anyway, lineouts 10-12. Scrummaging pretty even. Penalties count pretty even. 9 to the French, 8 to England. At halftime, the stats is so at halftime the possession was 50-50, but England had 324 run meters already to the French 125. So England actually did just as much run meters as they did in the second half. The halftime, the France had 14 handling errors, including 4 knock-ons already at halftime, to the English 2 handling errors. And then the penalty count at halftime, 7 to England, 3 to France. So England really had a poor half in terms of penalty in the first half, but in the second half, they really tightened that up, which was good. Offload at halftime, France 7, England 0. England didn't do a single offload until the second half, essentially. This is just like, it tells you like how it's not like they didn't have any opportunities. They had 324 run meters. It's like almost like they never practiced for someone to make a line break, right? Like it's just astonishing how this could be, how this was showed onto the field. Anyway, so let's quickly go through the recap of the game. So right away, 7 minutes of the game, scrum dominance for France, already showing they take the 3 points, 3 points to 0, only 7 minutes into the game. 50 minutes into the game, France did what they do best, just beautiful smooth attack. One side exhaust all the space on one side, just good handling, good passes, and then swing the ball back out of the way, and the England defense was, scrambling all over the field. Goes into the corner, FQ, 14 minutes into the game, France 8 points to 0. Misses the conversion. 3 minutes later, Antonio, the tight head prop, gets penalized for off his feet on the breakdown. England gets back 3 points, 8 points to 3. 2 minutes after that, the referee was once again, I'm not sure what's going on with the referee. We saw Wayne Barnes earlier today not giving a yellow card for a elbow to the face from a Scottish player. The Scottish prop threw an elbow was running the ball and he kind of fended off what is his name? Ian Henderson, and smacked him in the face with his elbow. No yellow card. Again, this one here, a high ball was kicked. Jack Noel was chasing, and then the French, Jaminet jumps up to catch the ball. Jack Noel kind of like runs underneath him, takes him out, and then it's like, surely this has to be a penalty or anything. The referee had a look at it. Marius Jonker, the TMO, Marius Jonker, he says one of the French players disrupted Jack Noel's run pattern, like run line, and that's why Jack Noel took out Jaminet in the air. So not only wasn't no card, no penalty, but it was a penalty against France. So that's Marius Jonker, guys. 3 minutes later, France gets another penalty, kicks that one, 11 points to 3. And then on the 25th minute, I've had it here, the Dupont's kicking game just sublimely good. You can tell like the kicking decisions are made when Dupont decides to kick because he sees an opportunity, when England kicks because they're out of ideas. This is starting to become more and more apparent at this point of the game, 25 minutes in. France had a lot of opportunities here. They kept on messing up they will make a break and they will pass the ball and just small handling errors, knocking on the ball. And it's starting to look like, the nerves are maybe getting to French a little bit, right? So a few minutes later, on the 25th minute, 26th minute, England gets penalty. They kick this one, 11 points to 6. England cross back another 6 points. And then at this point, it started to clearly notice that Ben Youngs is too slow at the breakdown, especially in comparison to Dupont. And then also at this point, the England scrum clearly is starting to struggle a bit, especially on the loose head side. On the on the last minute of the first half, France starting to pile on pressure again. Really fast breakdown for the France. Really good offload. The France gets into the corner, cross Cross. I think he's the hooker. Is he the hooker? What's his name? Where is he? Cross. No. Yeah, Francois Cross. He gets the ball. He gets tackled, and it looked like he did a double movement. He looked like he was tackled, right? It just suddenly a hand sticks out, and the ball is over the try line. So they had a look at it again. This was like the camera angle shot of this was like really far. You can't really see it when his knee actually touched the ground. Really unclear. And Marius Jonker goes, "Yep, it looked like we can't see there was a double movement. So off you go." Try was awarded for this one. So I thought that was pretty poor. Like the camera angle was like really far up. You can't really see when his knee touched the ground. In fact, you can't see his knee touch the ground at all because it's like top down angle. So yeah, this was. Anyway, France gets this one. Halftime score. The halftime score is. What's the halftime score? 18 points to 6. So yeah, second half starts. Right away, England kind of came out looking dominant, looking like they're trying to redeem themselves, trying to build some pressure. 2 minutes into the game, due to some handling errors, France get penalized. England could have kicked this one, decides to go for the corner. And once again, the slow breakdown from England's side, really, really slow. And like, you can just see like the England, like France is just lining up perfectly to defend every one of the attacks. The England basically, yeah, gets shut down this opportunity. Just really, really, really poor. Gets turned over the breakdown as they're slowly setting up their attacks. And yeah, it was just, yeah, I don't know. Like this was a really good opportunity that had been squandered there. A few minutes later, it looked like one of the French players had lifted one of the English players over his head. Should have been a penalty. No penalty given there. Played on. On the 48th minute, Joe Merchant finally ran a beautiful angle, breaks through. Again, he looks around for support. No one was there. He gets tackled. He pops the ball back. They get the ball back. They swing the ball out wide. Finally find some space out in the wing. Daly did this nice little pass to Stewart. Cuts back inside. Goes in for the first try in the second half for England. England claws back 18 points to 13. Now suddenly England's only 5 points behind. It's looking like it's game on, right? The England again continue to pursue their kicking game. Freddie Stewart has done really well. He's able to put these high balls up and he's recovering himself. But then again, no one is there to follow him up. And he just gets turned over at the breakdown. It's really, really disappointing to see. On the 60th minute, Aldridge, the number 8 for France, has played exceptionally well, getting a lot of those turnovers at the breakdown. He gets the ball, pick up and go from the French side. He runs into two defenders, gets his hand free. Again, the offload game, finds Dupont on his inside, and Dupont runs in 25 meters, scores the try for France. And this was, yeah, suddenly the gap opens up to 25 to 13. It's starting to look like the game is drifting away from England with about 20 minutes to go. England's reserves comes on at this point, and once again, the reserves, I felt like the reserves not only failed to make an impact, kind of like, yeah, first of all, I thought Don Brown should have been put on earlier, and also some of the reserves, yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyway, so England gets the reserves on the 69th minute. 69th minute. Again, England, with about 10 minutes, 11 minutes left on the clock, England was inside the French 22, putting on pressure. They had like a line out, and the France got penalized from the line out from the maul for entering from the wrong side. So England has a penalty advantage here. They get the ball, kicks it, just randomly punted down the, put a high ball up. Nobody was even close to catch this one from the England side. And then it's just like, yeah, okay, let's go back to the advantage. Absolute waste of opportunity. Just absolute waste. Could have ran the ball at least a couple of phases before you do a kick. Or at least let your own team know that you're going to do the kick. Because nobody followed this up. They just randomly kicked it away after a hard-earned penalty advantage inside the French 22, right? This was really poorly executed. And then on the 74th minute, this was probably England's last chance to score. Again, piling pressure in front of French, just around the French 22. Again, it looked like England had no idea how to, running out of ideas. And Marcus Smith gets the ball, Grubber kicks the ball behind. Freddie Stewart runs in. He almost gets this ball. French fullback Germain, I think it was Villiers actually, catches this ball just like inches away before Freddie Stewart could have snatched it. And and that was it. That was the last opportunity England had, looking like they could have scored and potentially made a run to spoil the French Grand Slam. And that was it. That was basically the end of the game. 25 points to 13. I thought the English team has a lot of work to do. Like I was, after a whole season, 5 rounds in 7 weeks, I think, of rugby being together as a team, to come out with this performance from England, I was really disappointing. It was quite disappointing to see, to be fair. Unlike the game last week in Twickenham, England played with a lot of heart, with a lot of vigor, a lot of grit. This game, it was just like half the team was just like looking like they didn't even expect didn't even realize what was happening. It was really, really disappointing. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. And see you guys a bit later this week. Cheers.